Kalapastangan by Fitterkarma. I've already heard this band once before. Relaxed, chill, alternative, pop, rock vibes. Let's go. What does this translate to? It translates to... freedom or liberty. Sounds like we've got some unison vocals.
Para mabuhay habang buhay sa puso't isipan mo.
I got a translation too.
Sino ba ako para mapansin mo? Mga dalangin ko sa'yo, sana'y pakinggan mo. Paano ba ako magiging sangsang? Makasama kita dyan sa tabi ng trono mo. Ilan pa pagsubok ang daranan ko.
So we're using unison vocals quite a lot in this song, both in full voice and kind of in this head voicey falsetto-y thing. And again, I've noticed this band, these vocalists, they don't like to use overly emotive airy falsetto. They just flip up like ba 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 do ba ba ba. And it looks to me like lyrically this concept is kind of comparing love to kind of worship. I'm not sure how it relates to freedom or liberty. I'm gonna have to keep looking here, but it's time to worship your name so that you may live forever in my heart and mind. Who am I that you would even notice me? I hope you listen to my prayers. But I don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think it's about God. I think it's a love song, but let's keep
Bago ako makaranas ng mga milagro mo.
Yeah, hella musicianship and creativity. That's the point of a live show right there. And now we've moved from just that unison, ever since he did that cool guitar thing, and we're back in. Now we have more thick, rich harmonies, more layers. And I'm seeing it's sacrilege not to love you. That is Kalapastangan ang di ka ibigin. I don't know how to say it, but yeah, it's sacrilege not to love you. So yes, they are using religion, God, like a religious kind of worship, and they're tying that to the worship we do when we really, really love someone. So I'm looking at verse 3. I would die smiling if you were by my side. I would live with regret if one day I could no longer make you smile. It's sacrilege not to love you. It's foolishness not to think of you. If the world suddenly destroyed, if the world were suddenly destroyed, you would be the first one I would look for. So if all hell breaks loose, if it's Armageddon, I'll find you. So it's an interesting way to weave, as I said, like a religious type worship and love into romantic love. So from that lighter registration down into a full speechy type sound. These vocalists are, again, very easy. They're not trying to be extra. They're trying to be, the word that keeps being on the tip of my tongue is easy. And I do just think it's nice to hear singers not be, I call it jazz hands, and sometimes just deliver the lyric, serve the song, serve the lyric, serve the listener, which sometimes isn't just crazy, crazy prolific, but that is just soothing. That is just soothing.
Kapag ikaw ang nasa aking tabi, mabubuhay ako nasisisi. Kapag sa araw hindi kita mapangiti, kalapastangan ang di kaibigin, kalokohan ang di kaisipin. Kung ang mundo ay biglang bumunawin, ikaw ang unang kong
So they use a lot of harmonies. That was a huge sustained phrase where they were singing like a blanket of harmonies all the way through there, which is velvet. Feels like velvet to the ear. Texture. Very warm texture. Even in these grooves, big harmonies, rich carpets of harmonies. Nice. So they're playing it backwards. The singer in the West that really popularized using techniques like that first, I think, was Imogene Heap. She did a song called Hide and Seek. Do you guys remember that song? Some of you might be too young. It was made very famous on Grey's Anatomy using that recording and playback technique. Anyway, this is beautiful. This band, as I said, I am sure that people have easily integrated this band into their everyday life because this music is so listenable. It just belongs. It's like a lush, tapestry in whatever you're doing in your life. This music can insert itself and belong there so easily. Great band. Want to know the secret of how singers make a song sound so emotional? Somewhere over the rainbow. They switch registration. They move through different places in their voice, just like we do in everyday life when we're laughing, talking, crying, yelling, screaming, grieving, all the things. For example, somewhere. Do you notice how I'm going from a thicker, more spoken place, to an airy place where I might cry? Where? I'm going from chest voice to an airy falsetto. You're gonna try. So first, talk or yell this note, kind of aggressive. Some. Now I want you to float up to this higher note in the place where we sigh or cry. Ha, where, ha. Again, somewhere. Let's put them together. Somewhere. Notice how I'm hanging out on the M. Somewhere. And then popping up on the vowel of where. Somewhere. Can you hear and feel the emotion you're baking in with this technique? If not, keep trying.